love, fear, failure, success, and finally, survival. I've been through them all and came out stronger and healthier. Yeah, I went to a dark place, but talking about it pulled me out. My name is Sandy Crosse, and this is Crosse Conversations.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Shaunte Says with Sandy, back with Crosse Conversations. It's been a little while, but
it's been a long
time. Oh my God, it was last year.
I know, but that's kind of embarrassing.
That's okay.
But it was on you.
It was all me. I know. I moved. I decided to pick up my life. Yes.
I'm so happy for you, though, because you seem so happy and relaxed. You seem really relaxed, actually.
Less stress. Down here, less traffic. Everything is close by. You can run 5 errands in under an hour.
Oh, well, that might be worth a conversation, another conversation.
It is. And it's funny because we're talking about stress today. So it's funny that, you notice that
Perfect.
I am more relaxed, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
It's
definitely less
it's
stress.
A killer. It is a killer.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole stress thing, we're living in a stressful world with this pandemic and, people losing their jobs, which I was one of them too, actually.
Oh, that's terrible.
But you know what? But the thing with that one was, though, it kind of reduced my stress for about a week. And then they called me and were getting in touch with me about stuff. And then my stress came back. My stomach started hurting again. It's hurting still today. So once I'm done dealing with them, it'll go back. It'll be fine. But stress it manifests its way in so many different things in so many different ways. And it's kind of scary, actually.
It is. It's funny because you started talking about some of the physical ways it shows up because, amongst Black people, definitely stress is a silent killer. Strokes and heart attacks and so forth. And it's interesting how you said your stomach starts to hurt. And, I know for me, I get this pressure in my neck and in my chest and it just doesn't feel good. So
mine is in my belly, and somebody was making a joke out of it the other day. They're just like, it looks like you lost weight. I'm like, it's not really necessarily that I lost weight. It's just that when I stress, I can't eat. They're like, oh, I'm the opposite. I just eat. And I've had like 3 people say that to me. And I'm just like, no, see, that's not good because that's your body shutting down. It's your body shutting down because you are in stress, and then your stomach start acting crazy and you can't digest, and then you get the bubble gut, and it's just one thing after another thing after another thing. And I have how do I put this? I said it the other day to my boyfriend, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I'm in a place of I can't give a fuck, because when you start giving and caring too much, people don't seem to respect that. People don't seem to understand that this is something that's, even in your job, I mean, like, yeah, they're paying you, but you are also going there because you have a need and they have a need. And so if there's mutual respect in the workplace, with your relationships, with your friendships, wherever, you start to care. And so one of the things I've discovered, and it was through my niece, actually, in a conversation I had with her about 2 weeks ago, we were talking about just stress. And she started seeing a therapist. And she was telling me the therapist asked her, why doesn't she like herself? She's like, what do you mean? I love myself.
Right.
She's like, yeah, like she said, I was offended. And I was just like, what do you mean you don't like yourself? She said, well, let's think about it. And I actually did this. She doesn't have any children, but it's, how's her mom doing? Her husband, how's this? And then it's her. She was like 3rd or 4th on the list. Well, in reality, most people who are happy, and we call them self-centered, we call them narcissists, we call them all sort of names. They love themselves. They actually like themselves. They actually put themselves first. And why are we not open to that? Why are we not loving ourselves the same way?
Yeah. No, I know there's twisted thinking about that because I think a lot of women are probably guilty of it, of, I have to take care of everybody first, to the point where mom or whomever will work themselves to the grave, not understanding and realizing that they need to fill their tank up and take care of themselves so they can continue to take care of others. And I know people use that cheesy cliche about the mask, when the planes are like, they tell you, put your mask on first before you put it on your kids. And most moms like, oh, hell no, I'm putting it on my kid first. They're like, no, put it on you first. And then
so you get the help.
So you can help them. And this is probably not the best example, but I have a dog.
That's a great example.
Bentley is, I have the little dog. And when it's time to take him for a walk, I used to get it all wrong. I'm getting him ready for the walk, putting his leash on and everything, and he's taking off and running around like a bat, like out of hell. And I don't have my shoes on. If it's raining, I don't have my raincoat on. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I get myself ready first, and he will wait. And sure enough, I take my time and put everything on. I put my coat on, I put my shoes on, and he's standing there at attention, waiting. And it had dawned on me. I was, putting him first, putting everything on him, getting him ready, mounting him up together. And like I said, he'd take off running. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have my shoes on. He's ready to go. I'm not ready to go. So yeah, I turned it around. I started getting myself ready first.
I don't blame you. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I only have this one life. Mm-hmm. And I have, and the example she gave was so great, because I'm just like, well, I go to the spa. Even though I haven't been to the spa, I got my facial or massage, and I don't know how it was
no fault of your own, though. That damn COVID, that damn Rona.
Oh my God. I was like, oh, did they open up the spas? No. But yeah, I was just like, well, I take care of myself. I get my nails done. I get my hair done. I go and get a massage. I try to do it at least once a quarter, and it's just, yeah, you think you're taking care of yourself, but that shit is external. And that's where I'm getting to the point where, oh, so we have to start inside first.
You do. But you know what, though? What I realize is those things, those services that we get done for ourselves, this is how you know you're not taking care of your insides first. So, you get your hair done and everything. Be present. I am so quick to pick up my phone. I'm reading emails. I'm literally in the bowl while the lady's washing my hair, looking at my phone. And then it dawned on me. It's like, why don't you just stop and enjoy the moment for yourself? You don't have to always be doing something. You don't always have to be responding to stuff. It's just an hour. Take it fully.
I literally want to cry right now. I stopped taking my laptop to get my nails done, because the owner and my lady said to me, Sandy, why are you sitting in a chair with your laptop working when you're paying for me to give you the foot massage because you said that your feet are tired or you're so stressed. I'm doing this, she's literally doing like this in my foot and in my muscles. She said, it's so tight and I'm doing this, but you wait. Hold on. I'm on a conference call. Yeah. Oh no, we need that hand. Oh, okay. Watch your hand. Don't dry your nails. Your nails are dry, I'm like, oh, or put it in the machine. You need both hands in the machine thing, And it wasn't until, honestly, when I went for the first time after COVID and they opened, I'm like, yo, I got to be one of your first clients. They're like, well, you too late, so you have to be like the third. And I went in there and I said, I'm not taking my laptop.
Right.
And I have my cell phone and I started looking at it and I put it down. I put my cell phone in my purse. I didn't have my laptop. I put my feet up like this. They're like, oh, she's like, oh, no laptop? No cell phone? And I'm like, no. I said, I'll take some of that tea now, though. And she was just like, oh, we can't serve nothing right now. COVID.
He's like, dang, now that I'm fully present, now y'all don't want to give me my tea. Okay.
Shaunte,
so how did that feel? How did that feel?
So nice. And what I discovered, too, was that I was just like, these people take forever. It's been 3 hours, and I'm still here, and I used to be pissed about it. But then I realized when I was there for about 2.5 hours, and my laptop wasn't there, my cell phone wasn't there, I'm like, oh, it was actually a shorter amount of time I was there. They didn't do anything different. But what happened was I did something different.
You were present.
I was present. And I'm just like, why don't I enjoy this? First of all, it's expensive. They're trying to charge me $85 for, my nails and my feet. And, I'm just like, listen, and my brows, whatever. And I'm just like, that's a lot of money. Why are you spending $100 to get your feet and nails done and you're not enjoying it?
Yeah, you treated it like a transaction before.
Girl, I'm writing that down.
I'm writing that down too. Where did that come from? Transaction.
I don't know. You didn't even have to dig deep for that one. That just rolled off. I have a feeling that we're marrying. It's annoying and it's frustrating, and it's my sense of stress has gotten to the point where I developed IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah.
Then from that, they said that I'm always stressing. So my body became in a stressful mode. And I know this is TMI, but I don't care. They said my body became so stressed, my cortisol levels
mm-hmm.
were just going crazy. And because they were going crazy, it made my blood sugar go crazy because I wouldn't eat. And then I would drop really low. And then I put something in my system and then I would go up. So my blood sugar got all wacky. So they said I developed stress-induced diabetes. Stress. I was like, nobody in my family have diabetes. What's this?
You brought it on yourself. Look.
I brought it on myself. Self-induced diabetes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though I don't have to take meds or insulin or any of that stuff.
Still the label, though, the risk.
It's the label. And then I have to follow certain protocols, and they follow up with me every 3 months to make sure this level is going down and that level is going down. And they're like, okay, well, yeah, I dropped a little bit, but what are you going to do about getting it down further with what you're doing? Like, what are you going to do? So what I have done is chose what I call Sandra time. Every day I have Sandra time. Okay. So that Sandra time could be an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. But every day Sandra gets 2 hours.
And what is Sandra doing during Sandra time?
You know what? It could be from me cooking something that I really want to cook. It could be me going for a walk. It could be me trying to do yoga again on my deck. We're hoping that none of my neighbors see me. It's just been really crazy. And if you could see my house right now, you'll understand what Sandra's been doing. What I'm doing is purging. My garage, my living room, my bedroom, my kitchen. I've redone my kitchen in the sense that I'm reorganizing and I'm tossing out stuff. And it's been a slow process. I did start in March, but it's been such a slow process, and I frustrated myself because I'm just thinking, why is this taking so long? Like, why do you keep starting and stopping? And I'm starting and stopping because I get to a point where I'm just like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. What is it doing for me today? What is I getting out of it? And then I look around at the mess that's on the dining table, on the dining table floor, the kitchen floor. And then I'm just like, you need to clean this shit up because it looks nasty. You have the cleaning lady coming tomorrow, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you one of them? You clean before the cleaning lady gets there?
Don't judge. Don't judge. Don't judge. That's another thing too, but we'll talk about her in another session. Because the other day I was just like, yo, you didn't even clean the mirrors. This mirrors look foggier than when you touch them. What's up? She's like, Windex. I'm like, that's not Windex that you brought into my house. That's Findex. Because it
Findex.
Shaunte, real talk, it's hard. It's hard to juggle being Sandra. And I am in a point right now, and and I think you can relate to this. In that my son is in school. Well, he's finished with school. He's I don't know what he's doing. That I'm trying not to let that be a stress. But he's an adult. He just turned 22. My daughter's 29. She's going to be 30 this year. And what I have been dealing with is thinking of them as teenagers still. Like, I got to do this. Not teenagers in a sense, really, but in my head, I've said it to them, like, you guys are adults, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah, blah, blah. But in theory, I wasn't practicing what I was preaching or what I was saying. And honestly, at 22, I had moved out of my house, continued with school, finished school, got myself a fancy job, all this stuff. Yeah, we are living in a different age, but I find that I have, I'm coddling. And yes, they're independent. Yes, they do work. Yes, they are able to take care of themselves. But I find that this is so hard for me to admit. And he just walked in too, so hopefully he don't hear me say it.
No. So what I'm hearing, though, it's like as a parent, mothering.
It's worse. I want to be needed.
You want to be, hey, well, and that's what I was leading to, because, being a mother of a teenager is different than being a mom of an adult. And it's like your kids are growing, but as a mom, have you grown? Like, are you evolving in that relationship too?
I am just now with the older one. just.
And they'll always, and for the record, for every mom, we will always need you no matter what. So, that level of need, it varies, but yes, always will be needed.
Yeah, and it's not even so much that, because then I put the pressure on myself when, like when things go down, like one of them took a bottle of wine off my wine rack, opened it, drank 3/4 of it, left the bottle in the fridge, and I was saving it for somebody's birthday on Friday. Neither of them had copped to doing it. You should see me puffing and huffing and writing all sorts of nasty text messages, just writing. And then one of them offered to give, I'll just Venmo you the $20 for the wine. I'm like, I wanted to say, bitch, don't throw money at me. Okay? I could throw money at the problem myself. It's just the principle of it.
It's the principality, Smokey.
Thank you. Thank you. But it's the, I want to be needed. I want to be this. I want to be their everything, because I've always been their everything. And now, both of them have significant others. One of them brought a dog home.
Don't you have a significant other too?
I do have a wonderful significant other, and I've known that. And I see him in the most interesting light lately. I just feel like, at first I told him, God said, listen, I'm gonna put these two together, LOL. Real talk. I was like, God is up there saying, LOL. I put them together. Look at him. But his stress level is like crazy. He's a stressor. And I'm just like, listen, dude, calm down. I can't deal with your stress. So I've even put him in a bucket of, like, when your work weekends, like you have to do your production and all this stuff, you ain't gonna see me. And I started putting it in practice. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It's been, I'm doing it again. Sorry.
No one can see you but me. It's okay.
But, I'm saying to everyone, I love you and I want you near me. You're in my heart. But I have to focus on Sandra. And I'm actually, for the first time in my life, doing it. And it's foreign. I literally feel like I need my mother. I need my mother. I need my mom to teach me how to do it. I need my mother she was a whole different beast too, because she was like, see y'all, deuces, peace out.
So what I'm hearing is she taught you. You just didn't take the lesson.
No. And she passed just before I really and truly started to, and that's what I say to myself, I got out of her death, real true understanding of my strength. True understanding of my strength, because everybody was like, you're so strong, you're so strong, you're so strong, you're so strong. But at the end of the day, inside, the stress was just building and building and building and building and building. And I get it. I'm now getting it. But okay, this is your time. And I've actually learned how to say not right now or no, and not feel guilty about saying no, especially to the kids. Joy, you met Joy. She's the one that kept saying, you need to learn how to just own the no. No is no.
No is a complete sentence.
Well, I'm writing that one down too.
That is true, though. It is a complete sentence. And the thing is, it's interesting to talk about no. When I talk to different people and clients about it, there are strategic ways to make you feel good about it. But when you start giving people reasons of why you said no, you're giving them the ability to try to prioritize why you're turning them down, right? So if it's like, you are. So for instance, you can ask me, hey, Shaunte, can you come over Friday to help me with such and such? And I'd be like, oh, no, girl, I'm getting my hair done. And you, because you know a little information, you're like, well, Shaunte, they're walk-ins. You can go Saturday. See, I've given you reason to try to tell me why what's important to me isn't that important. So I used to tell people this professionally and personally. Like when you need to take off time from work, I need to be off Friday, the such and such. Don't be like, I need to be off because my aunt's coming into town and they want to tell you everything that's going on, because then someone is going to say, well, that's not that important. No, I can't make it. I can't make it at this time.
It's really funny. I felt like you just slapped me. I felt like you just said, bitch, wake up.
I'm serious. How many times has that happened to you? And you feel so bad. You want to give them that $1 million. No, I can't make it. And sometimes you feel bad because the no is so simple. Like, I just want to sit my ass at home and do nothing. And you know what? Doing nothing is doing something. Okay? That is a choice I'm making.
That's care. That's my 1 hour of care.
No, I can't make it at this time. Because again, I don't want to hear anyone's mouth, because I've had friends that are guilty of this. Oh, well, you can just do that another day. No, I can't. So I stopped telling them, no, I can't make it. And that caused a huge argument with some friends of mine one time. It was like, well, you just let Shaunte tell you no, and with no excuse. Yeah, I don't give you the reason to dictate and tell me what's important.
You just created a monster.
It's less discussion, less argument. I don't need you calculating that it only takes me 2 hours to get my hair done. I don't need all that. I don't need all that.
You know what? People, and I think people will respect you more.
Oh, they do.
I really and truly think people will respect you more when you're just like, I used to think my sister was a bitch. But she is. But she's like, no, I'm not doing that anyway. So, but that's how she, straight up.
But you knew it. Straight up, right? No questions.
Straight up. I'm like, could you soften the blow? She's like, why?
Yeah. And of course there's people out of love, you may tell them a little more, hey, I can't do it. I'm going to be out of town. But even still, it's just out of town. You don't know what I'm going out of town to do. I'm just going to be out of town. So yeah, I tell people that. I used to tell people that at work all the time. I said, stop giving people reasons why you're taking off. If you want to take off, it's an appointment. I don't care if it's a nail appointment, a doctor's appointment, a hair appointment, a pedicure. It's an appointment. So they just assume doctor, and that's fine with me. I have an appointment on Friday that I can't miss. It could be a job interview. I don't care. It's an appointment.
Girl, many times on Mondays and Fridays when I was working from home, I'm like, this is my day to work from home. I have an appointment at that time. Sorry, I cannot do a review. Sorry,
there you go.
I cannot do meetings. And that's kind of like what led to this too, because I actually started saying, I'm sorry, I cannot do it at that time. Can we do it at this time? And people found that as not combative, but like a slap in the face when I said no. Well, I am your master. How dare you say no to me?
Right. Yeah, you always and is it that they're your master, or you always say yes?
I always say yes. I always accommodate. I change my meetings. I change this. I change that. Girl, even changed vacation plans once. And then,
See? So no, I mean, it's
it is amazing to me how stress just how it manifests itself. And I feel like I've been stressed since I was a kid. I was stressed because of this. I was stressed because of that. And I didn't know the word stress. I didn't know the word depression. I didn't know the word any of those things. I just felt sad, or my way of getting to happy used to be working out, in my 20s, in my 30s. And then after divorcing in my 40s. That was my mechanism. And then I kind of, when my mom passed, I gave everything up there. And I'm just now, after 6 years, May was 6 years, I'm regrouping and letting myself know that if I keep stressing, I'm not going to live the 100 and something years that I said I'm going to. You are going to look like 300 years old when you're only 50. You know what I mean? So I have really and truly, and it's just really, it saddens me to say this, but I have to work. It's almost like another job for me. I have to work on not stressing. I'm envious, honestly, of people who are just like you said, they own their no. They're just like, no, I can't do that right now. Yeah, they're nice about it. It's not being rude to say no. It's not being unkind. Yeah.
There is it's a complete sentence. No, you can be nice about it. You're not being mean. I'm not being rude. No, I can't do it at this time. But one of the things I wanted to draw your attention to with stress that I've learned in my exploratory time and being a coach, what people stress most about or why stress occurs is when you feel like you have no options. And you always have a choice. You may not like the results of all those choices, but at the end of the day, you do have a choice, right? So if a situation is stressful, you can either face it head on, you can ignore it, do nothing about it, you can change it. So it's like you have a choice. And I think once you realize you have a choice, it changes how you deal with stress. And it's also important too to kind of pause because again, we're over 40. You said you are gracefully over 50. We have this programming in us. And I learned this interesting fact that it just blows my mind. How many decisions do you think we make in a day?
Oof, wow. Just waking up.
How many decisions do you think? Just a random number for 24 hours. And even though we're only awake, not 24 hours, but how many decisions do you think we make in a day?
I don't know. 1,000.
1,000? Okay. And that's a pretty big number, right? Because there's only 24 hours in a day.
That's just a big guess because I was just like, well, I know. It must be a lot. So 1,000 sounds like a good number.
Okay. So apparently, according to research, we make 35,000 decisions a day.
What? Wait,
35,000. And here's how you realize that it could be 35,000 because you said 1,000. And of course, in 24 hours, and let's say we're only awake 18 of those hours, possibly. That's a lot of decisions. So, I learned something. For instance, you're driving and it's raining and you see some brake lights, right? And you're like, oh my God, what do?
Stop, brake.
Okay, so yes, you stop. Exactly. Now, if you really piece it together though, you looked to see how far is the car. You look to see if maybe there's an option to swerve to the right. And let's say if you did press the brakes, you know how much you can press the brake based on how far you are. So there was a decision there. You made a decision. You may have, exactly. And then you're like, oh my God, it's somebody behind me. So then that made a decision, right? Do I stop? Do I move over? So it's like just in those instances alone, and I still didn't even go through all the details of what you did when you came to that stop. But again, you are making decisions. So you're automatically programmed. So those stress reactions are natural because you've been doing it for so long. Anything that feels even remotely similar to something you experience is going to result in that tummy ache or that, for me, that pressure I said I feel in my chest. And it's like, this stuff feels very familiar to me. So with that, because we make so many decisions, I encourage us, especially now, to stop. When you feel it, stop. Breathe. Yes, I'm stressed right now. But then you can also start assessing, like, how appropriate is my reaction right now? Is it really to that level? Does it really deserve that level of anger or whatever that emotion is that you're doing? What story am I telling myself?
Pardon me.
Right? Like, what am I telling myself about this situation? And a perfect example, someone can do something where it feels like they're blowing you off. You'll put something on the story. Oh, he doesn't care about me. He takes me for granted. he didn't answer my call because he just doesn't care about my feelings. Like we're quick to do stuff like that, right? And get angry about it. Could be the person's in the bathroom. Their phone could be dead.
Girl, I was just like, Matt ain't calling me back. I know he's ignoring me. Blah, 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 blah.
And you know what? He might be, but you don't know that. So why?
And he probably is in the bathroom because he's always in the bathroom.
I know for me, though, I try to check in with myself. Like I've had conversations with the mister and I'm like, let me confirm before I get mad. Because here's the deal. I don't want high blood pressure. I don't want to have a stroke. So I'm like, let me make sure I do this and it's meaningful because I would hate to go off and I'm completely wrong. So I'll check in. I'm like, are you joking or are you serious? Just want to assess how mad I should be, if at all. So it's check in with yourself. Stop, ask yourself questions. And you said that as far as like, how much energy am I putting into this? Is this really is this really serving me today? Check in with yourself. I know people are like, you talk to yourself, you're crazy. No, you're not. Talk to yourself right now.
Yeah, I try not to talk to myself, but I do.
In your mind, it's fine. It is fine. Ask yourself some questions. What else may be going on? Have you ever been stressed about something and you got mad, let's say about the wine, but really deep down you were probably frustrated about your job?
Yes, I was very frustrated. I was very frustrated about the job. Somebody's knocking at my door. Matt, answer the door.
But yeah, all that to say.
And tell him to go away for a second.
That's too funny. Yeah, so what else may be going on though, right? Like
it was definitely, you know what, Shaunte, I'm going to be honest with you. It was that. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of that. And yeah. I checked myself with it, but then I said, no, it was my reaction about it was I was pissed off because I honestly was saving that bottle for a gift.
Absolutely.
That's one. But two, for me, and it, yeah. It's that thing about respect. These people at my company did not have any respect for anybody.
Right. And then at home, you felt the same thing with your bottle of wine.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Girl, shut up.
Well, so no, this is good. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more for us to talk about, but I know we picked up a lot from this conversation about stress, Sandra time. What we can appreciate about Sandra time is it doesn't have to be grandiose. Everyone thinks like when they're doing self-care, it's got to be, I spend $300 on a massage. That's not always necessary. Time to yourself, doing stuff that you love. You said cooking. Some people enjoy just sitting out on a porch and reading a book, whatever that is, to give yourself energy. Stress-induced diabetes. Lord have mercy. We got to be careful.
Girl, I never even heard about that. I'm just like, what? And then I started, I went down that pipeline of, wait, no. Daddy don't have nothing. Mama don't have nothing. Cousins, brothers, sisters, nobody.
So that was a wake-up call for you, one for yourself, and also to help someone else to know that this is possible and it's real.
It really is real. And I was talking to the doctor last week, and she said, the more you're stressed, and she was at the point back in March when I checked in, then she said, so do I need to go and assign you a doctor, a counselor, somebody to talk to? Because she said, no matter how much, you could throw medicine at this, you can throw exercise, diet, this, that, and the other. But you got to start from the inside. You got to start from up there. You got to get your mind in order. You got to release the stress and give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. If whatever you think you've done, not done, or could have helped, couldn't help, whoever, just have a forgiving heart to yourself, because you have a forgiving heart for others. You forgive this for that. You forgive this person for this. You keep forgiving, but you don't forgive yourself. Mm-hmm. So she said, no matter what, you gotta go see one. And if you don't, I'm gonna assign you one. So she was like, so I'm like, well, yeah, my friend sent me one. And I'm gonna call her.
Yes.
But I started dealing with these people and it got sidetracked. Again, putting myself last.
Definitely give her a call. And I think that's good for, whoever's listening to know. I will tell you, I was one of those people that said Black people don't go see therapists. I was wrong. I think that's probably the worst thing we could ever assume. I think they are so worth it. They were blessed with
even more than most.
Yeah, they were blessed with the talent. Yeah, we try to talk with our girlfriends and stuff, but there's some things that you need a professional to help you with, some tools so you can move forward. So I'm all for it. I'm a huge proponent of this. So, well,
I am too, and I'm really looking forward to starting and losing this 10 pounds of stress. And I'm literally not even talking about weight.
Right.
As in the sense of body. I'm talking about the stress that's on me. I'm only 5 feet tall. Well, it's 4'11" and 3/4, but I'm 5 feet with my hair sticking up.
You always want to claim that.
But the stress it's no joke.
It is. But you are moving.
Seriously.
You are moving towards releasing it, though. You named several things already with Sandra Time, and you understand now that you feel like you need to be needed and you like to be needed, but you say no, right? That's a huge part of the battle right there, saying no to people because you do take on so much. So, I definitely
want to help everybody. You can't help everybody if you can't help yourself.
Help yourself first. Worry about yourself. I love that little video with that little girl with her seatbelt. Her dad's trying to help her, and she's like, "No, worry about yourself." And she's trying to put it. So
worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself. Yes. So how do you want to close out so we can come back and do this again? Because we got plenty to talk about.
I am just, I am in my second half. And in this second half, I feel like I'm going through my teenage years again, So I said it to my daughter the other day, this thing, you have puberty coming in and menopause going out. And in between that, we have what we're supposed to be like adults and this, that, and the other. And so I am really and truly trying to embrace what this second half is supposed to be about. And I just want to enjoy it because the lessons I've learned and the things that I have gone through, some we've discussed and some we're about to, but at the end of the day, just learning to let go of even though you forgive, you forgive, you may not forget, but you forgive. And I really am a forgiver because once I'm just like, you're sorry, blah, 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 you put it down because I've allowed myself to believe that's the type of person I am. I have this mantra that, just let it go. And like you said in the beginning, we don't allow ourselves to process things or we think we have, but I'm like, okay, it's been a week, so I should be good by now, right? Or it's been a year, I should be fine now, right? Or it's been, you've been divorced 10 years now, so it should be okay now, right?
So you're basing everything on time and not necessarily the efforts made to move past it.
Absolutely. Hence why we stress, because we just want to move past it. Mm-hmm. Let's get on. Let's get
over.
On.
Yeah, I'm done with that. Move on.
But we're strong though, right? We're strong.
Yeah, we're strong. That's it. Yeah, I'm not going to let you see me sweat. Nope.
Yep. No, you're not. Unless I'm in the gym or taking my walk or whatever. No, you're not.
So that's why it's more important to use the tools that, like we said, get help. When you're stuck, get help.
It's not embarrassing.
No, not at all.
It's not embarrassing. As a matter of fact, I was just reading something the other day about therapists in the pandemic, how they can't find therapists to help them.
That's a lot of stress on them, taking on everybody else's.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to be practicing detached involvement, it's hard to do, but yeah.
Yeah, it's no joke. So if anything, what I want to get people to get out of this is, reach out mm-hmm. to counselors, reach out to crisis centers, reach out to a bunch of different organizations, because even in the past, I've thought about it. I said, wow, if I didn't have the basic grounding of what I need, mm-hmm. what would happen to me, because I forgot that young, beautiful, talented producer who does This Is Us. She was 38 years old. She committed suicide. And I started kind of thinking about it. Like, she probably is like, I have everything, but I have nothing.
Because no options.
No options. I'm like, how could you at 38? And I was just like, people don't understand. When you feel like you have no options, like you have no escape, that you're not happy.
Yep.
You know, even with, I think it was you I was talking to the other day, with some people use drugs, some people use alcohol, but that's still their outlet of way of talking about it and getting it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's criminal to yourself to keep it in.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my takeaway from that day. You have no idea when you said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we were talking about it, it's, they take it out by maybe abusing their bodies, but
it's released.
You keep it in, but it's released. But keeping it in, it's just more.
It's just bad.
It's just more damaging.
Mm-hmm.
More damaging.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to the next. So we're not going to make it in 9 months, right? I mean, no shade or anything.
No, I feel like, we have new ways of doing things with COVID and everything going on, and the fact that I'm, less than 200 miles away. But I mean, we can see how this works.
Yeah, and I don't mind coming up to you, and you can come down and enjoy the deck. I'm gonna send some pictures of that outside deck in my new backyard.
Okay.
Feels like you're in Jamaica or something.
And we'll invite your great girlfriend here too, right? Joy, bring her in sometimes.
Yeah, I actually talked with her last week, and so she's ready to do some sessions as well.
Okay.
Yeah, with us. So
let me know. You want me to?
Yeah, I definitely will.
Okay.
So we definitely need to talk offline. Hopefully we can do another one next week. And
all right.
Go from there.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.